Changing Benefit-Based Attitudes, Chapter 5, Part 1. A product benefit is a positive payoff to the customer from a certain product attribute. The advantage may be communicated in the absolute good for you sense. Example, Chevrolet offers free repairs for 3 years. L'Oreal Excellence Cream, hair dye, strengthens hair. Or it can compare the product with competing products. For example, BMW is positioned as the ultimate driving machine. By inference, it is superior to all others. Duracell lasts 10 times longer than other batteries. MRF, superior ride comfort. By inference, better than others. Avis, we try harder, relative to Hertz, the number one company. The large majority of advertisements talk of benefits in the absolute good for you way. The important question is, will it work? In order to know whether a positioning strategy will really work, we need to know whether the product attributes and images are linked to overall attitudes in the customer's mind. For example, let us assume that the majority of car customers are seeking economy, fuel efficiency, service support, and maintainability in a car. A manufacturer looking for a high market share will focus advertising on these benefits rather than AC cooling power and driving comfort. It is important to understand the attitude concept. The attitude concept is one of the most important ideas in advertising management. The basic argument is that consumers' purchases are governed by their attitudes toward product alternatives, and that advertisers can do something to affect those attitudes. Attitude is a central concept to the entire field of social psychology. Attitude is made up of 3 closely interrelated components. Cognitive. This includes awareness, comprehension, knowledge, information, facts, and data. Affective. This includes evaluation, liking, preference. Behavioral. This includes action tendencies such as intention, trial purchase, recommendation, repurchase, etc. The important component is the affective or feeling component. Essentially, a good attitude toward the brand means that the consumer likes the brand. It is partly formed out of the reasoning or cognitive dimension, and it influences the behavioral or the cognitive dimension. Translated into buyer behavior, this means that we buy something because we like it, and we like it because we cognitively evaluate its benefits to us as good. The liking for a product or brand is not necessarily formed by rational cognitive belief or benefit-based evaluation. Liking can also be formed based on non-rational factors such as who else uses it, who endorses it, and whether it is generally good for society to use or buy the product. How do we measure attitude? The simplest way to measure overall attitude toward a brand is to ask a respondent whether he or she likes or dislikes it. Respondents are simply asked to answer yes or no. The next level of measurement is finding out how much the respondent likes or dislikes the product. The respondent is asked to rate like or dislike on a 5 or 7-point scale ranging from very much to very little. The ranking approach. Subjects are asked to rank products in the order of their preference for them. From the ranking in order of preference, best to worst, the researcher can understand where a particular product stands. Relative distance. The relative distance of the brand vis-a-vis another brand can be judged on the basis of a question: how much do you prefer brand A over brand B? While comparing two products, if the higher rated product is placed at 10 on a scale of 10, where would the respondent place the lower rated product? At 8 or 6 or 5? Paired comparisons. The brand being researched is compared with other brands in the category one at a time. A researcher may find that an airline is rated higher than Air India, SpiceJet and Indigo, but lower than Kingfisher